This is a call to action to all of my beer drinkers and freedom seekers in the state of Tennessee. Senator Ron Gant has sponsored a bill on the Senate floor banning the sale of cold beer at retail level. Is it greed? Is it a personal reason? We're going to find out tonight, because this is Hopped Up. What is going on, everyone? Josh here. I'm kind of heated. Some more dumb laws are coming into play or trying to be pushed down our throats, trying to be forced upon us, and we will not stand for that. No, we won't. And this takes place in Tennessee. A lot of crazy alcohol laws in Tennessee, especially it being one of the biggest bourbon producers in the world. Senator Ron Gant proposed on the Senate floor that cold beer can no longer be sold at a retail level. So you go to the bar, you can still have cold beer. How does that affect growler sales? You probably can't do that anymore. You probably can't take that home. That's beer to go. You definitely can't go into the store, the gas station, the grocery store and get cold beer. Why? Well, he says he doesn't want you to drink and drive. Now, there is a good reason for this. The man, 2 years ago, was a victim of a supposed drunk driver. Now, he was asked about it, and he said, oh, he's still emotional about it, but I guess he's walking around with a cane. It shattered his hip. It messed him up pretty bad. He was hit head on by supposedly a drunk driver. That's cool and all. So now he doesn't want people to be able to drink and drive. Why do we make it so easy for bad people to get their hands on cold beer? I feel like I've heard this argument before. But here is the deal, Ron, Senator Gant. There's all of this liquor, vodka, bourbon, tequila, rum that people get and they drink when it's warm. So who are you protecting? It doesn't sound like a personal issue to me personally. It sounds like a smoke show for you probably getting some kind of donation from big distilling in your state. Is that it, Ron Gant? Is that it? Because as far as I see it, you're not the first person to be affected by a drunk driver. And you had to have known that drunk driving was a thing previous to this. So why on earth is now it an issue once it happened to you? What kind of senator are you if only things that happen to you are the issue? If you got shot, would guns be the issue now? That's what I would like to know. What are the statistics on drunk driving in your state? Let's find out. I'm going to look them up. I'm going to put a little weird transition in here because it might take me a while. Okay, let's talk stats. 2019. That was the latest data that I could pull from a quick search without spending too much time doing this. Total alcohol impaired driving fatalities in 2019 in your state, 290. The national was 10,142. Under 21 alcohol fatalities in your state, 26. National, 906. 2019 arrest data for impaired driving. Under 18 driving under the influence, 94. National, 3,092. Total driving under the influence, everybody in your state, 18,980. Nationally, 1,024,508. Those are big numbers for your state, for something happening, for people dying. I know there's other bigger causes of death, but that is a stat that is talked about frequently. Mothers against drunk driving, people against drunk driving, it's a huge thing. So to think that you're so oblivious to it that now that you're affected by it, now it's a problem, it just doesn't make sense to me, Ron. So get your story straight. I think there's money behind it. I don't like it. It stinks. And I think the people need to stand up to this kind of bullying from their senators. I don't care which side of the aisle it's coming from. It's unwanted, it's unneeded, and it needs to stop. Now, the Democrats in the state had a response. Thank y'all. Have a good weekend. Have a cold beer on me. Representative John Ray Clements, the Democratic House of the Caucus chair, said during a news conference. Next, they'll be outlawing hot coffee, I guess, said Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally during the Republican Senate news conference. But Gant falls back on wanting to stop drunk driving altogether. Why do we make it so easy for the bad actors to have access to alcohol, is the direct quote. If we know that it's illegal to drink and drive, why does it have to be cold? Why can't it just be a little bit of inconvenience to plan ahead? And if you want to stock your refrigerator, by all means. This is idiotic. I can grab a cold beer from my fridge and I can go driving and drink it. This guy is so far removed from people that he's just making stuff up. That's where I'm at with it. This has been really hopped up. It's actually, the bill has actually frozen. I see it now, an updated article. So I don't think it's going anywhere. I think there was enough uproar about how stupid this bill was, about how idiotic this man was in sponsoring such a bill. He might even lose his Senate seat in the next election. I don't know. I'm not in Tennessee. I'm not in his district or whatever, so I don't know. He could recover. But things like this are pretty dumb, and it's things like this that people hold on to and are like, if he's willing to take that away from me, what else is he willing to take? But cold beer, it's a freedom. We want it. We deserve it. We should have it at the ready. It doesn't mean I need to go to the store, crack one open, and keep it between my legs on the ride home. Do people do it? Sure they do. Is that dangerous? Only if you consider drinking Coke dangerous. You're not going to get tuned up to all hell from one drink on the way home, are you? It's when it becomes more than one when it's a problem. This isn't a problem of beer being available cold. It's a problem of people having the self-control not to get too far out of control and then put themselves behind a wheel where they're putting everybody else at danger. Now that's going to do it for this episode of Half-Assed Beer Review. Thank you all for stopping by for another episode of That's Hopped Up. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you had a good time. If you're new here, sub to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. How messed up is this? Are you in Tennessee? I would like to know. I'd like to talk to you about it. I know the bill is stopped, but maybe I'd like to know more about this guy without actually having to read it. Conversation is so much better than reading articles. You find more out. You find kind of truths out that you have to dig around for when you're reading. Before you go, please check out my friend Drassin the Dungeon Master, 7 Dungeons for the best Dungeons and Dragons around, and my friends the Dude79, Fanboy Tone, at Banter and Babble for the best pop culture wrap-up every week, Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on Twitch. You won't be disappointed. I meant to say disappointed. The links are down there. And always remember to please keep your fridges full and have a great night.